Were your friends very surprised that you adopted that stance as far as taking the 5 years off were concerned? I mean, was there any external pressure which people put on you and said, come on, John, what's happening?
There was a lot of... That's why remember when you asked me, I think it was off mic before we started, you got any English friends in town? Well, suddenly when Mick Jagger or David Bowie or Elton John came to town, I wouldn't respond, because they'd always want me to go down to the studio or to the clubs, and I didn't want to get in there again. It's like birds of a feather. So I didn't want to go back in that pressure part of my life again. I wasn't ready to do that. And there was pressure from friends like that. And Mick did this whole spiel in The Observer in London, which I read in Tokyo, because we spent half the first 3 years of Sean's life, half of the early 70s in Japan, 6, 7, 8 months at a time. I got this version of it in Tokyo, where Mick was saying, come on, John, get out of there. Everybody was sort of on my case, as they say, saying, how dare I not be doing it? What's it got to do with Mick whether I'm not doing it? All the rock stars were commenting about what I was not doing. I couldn't understand them. I thought, how square of him, how dumb. He's going on about you hiding behind your kid, He's trying to be nice about it. He wasn't attacking me, but it was sort of with a little edge to it. He said, I like John very much, but he's hiding behind Sean, and why doesn't he get his finger out? And Yoko's got him locked up. I know what that is like. Don't kid me that you're doing it for the family, because you can have both. Well, he lived to learn that lesson, because he didn't have both. And that was before he split with Bianca and the child and all that, and which I feel sorry for him about, the pain that one goes through separation and having a child involved. But I didn't feel as though I could have both, and it was more important to have a relationship with Yoko and with the child than to be seen.
Another thing that we noticed in the 60s when we were waving flags and all these people who are trying to change society for the good and all that, they'll be running around with flags and banners, but at the same time they forget their family, and they have a split or divorce, and the children are ignored and the wives are resentful, that sort of thing. So we felt that we just have to try to clean up our personal life as well, and sort of like really take care of each other,
Well, even with the Jerry Rubins and the Tariq Alis and that, we'd always comment to them, and after they'd left, well, where's the women? Where's the women running Redmore? Where's the women socialists? Where's the women left-wingers? Where's the women in on the meeting about how they're going to overthrow the government or whatever the hell they were talking about?
And Jerry's girlfriend typing his thesis or something, was...
Going to liberate the world, but they're all doing the typing and making the coffee, Come on, this is garbage. But, it took us time to sort of see through it all.
To look at that period, John, musically, there was, of course, a song that you wrote for the Double Fantasy album, which explains in the lyrics exactly why you were content with the time that you spent, for want of a better phrase, withdrawing, as it were. And of course that song is called Watching the Wheels.
Yeah.
Andy Peebles was talking to John Lennon and Yoko Ono on December the 6th, 1980 in New York. In the fifth and final part of the BBC's tribute series, the conversation will cover John's new recording deal and the making of the album Double Fantasy. The programme was produced by Paul Williams.